Hello and welcome back to the new video. In this video, we will see our next question of Codewars 8Q, that is fake binary. So according to question, we can guess that this is something related to binary number. So let us see what is the question. In the meantime, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. This will help me create new quality videos. Okay, so here is the question. We are given a string of digit. You should replace any digit below 5 with 0 and any digit 5 and above with 1. So we have to make a string with 0 and 1. That's why it's known as fake binary question. And we have to return the resulting string. And there is some note that input will never be an empty string. Okay, so let us see some examples. So here is one example. Let's suppose the number is 10105 6. So according to question, we have to replace every digit which is less than 5 with 0. So 1 is less than 5, so it will be converted to 0. 0 is less than 5, so it will be converted to 0. 5 is greater than or equal to 5, so we have to convert it to 1. And 6 is greater than 5, so we have to convert it to 1. So our answer will be 0011. So the input is in the format of string and we have to return a string. We can think of a brute force approach, like we can iterate each number, check if it is less than 0. If it is less than 0, we can create an empty string with values, and if it is less than 0, we can concatenate it with 0, and if it is greater than or equal to 5, we can concatenate it with 1. So the approach is simple, like we have to first create an empty string, then we have to iterate it with for loop or in loop. Let's say for x in question what it is, and if x is less than 5, we can directly we can concatenate it with 0, else we can concatenate it with greater than or equal to 5, we can concatenate it with 1. So what we can see, this is a simple approach. Let's try it out. First, the string we have given is in the variable x, so I am creating an empty string first. Same approach is there for let's say char, which is denoting my integer character in x, and if my char is less than 5, okay, this file is in string. Okay, so I cannot directly compare a string character with number 5, so I have to convert it to string. This will compare it with lexicographically order, and lexicographic is basically means in alphabet order, and 1 2 3 is alphabetically smaller than 5. Alphabetically, you can also think it of as an Unicode characters or ASCII characters. So we can check the ASCII character in Python with ORD. So if char is less than 5 with string letter 5, we have to concatenate it with 0. Else we have to concatenate it with 1. And after the for loop, we have to return the answer. Let us check if it is working or not. Okay, so there is some error. As I said, we have to return them in string format, and right now I am concatenating string with a number, so I have to convert this 0 into a string, also this one into a string format. So now let us check if it is working or not. So all my 5 test cases are passed. Let us attempt all the test cases. Okay, so all 105 test cases are passed. Okay, so this is the brute force solution without any inbuilt methods or without using Python basic methods. We can also think some other approach. So what we are doing, like in this question we can see we have to replace any number which is less than 5 with 0. So in Python there is one method known as replace, which takes input the string that we have to replace with. So in this case, let us suppose it is 1 and we have to replace it with 0. Same thing I will again do. This is a method, not a function. So there will be something known as string dot, and again 2 with 0. So I have to keep doing this till 9 numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this will be a pretty much, it will become pretty big if we try to write it down with replace. So when we have to replace one or more characters into a string, there is another method known as translate. So first we will see what is translate and what parameter it takes. This is also a method, so it will be bound with some string object. So first let us see what is translate and how does it work. I am opening my Python shell here and I am using help. This is my string. I am using translate method. Okay, so in this explanation we can see it replaces each character in the string using the given translation table. So there is another word known as translation table. So we have to, it is given here what is translation table. Translation table, which must be a mapping of Unicode ordinals to Unicode ordinals, strings or none. So we have to make some kind of table. String module also provides us with this translation table. The method is known as make trans. So I am again using help method to see what make trans takes as an input and what will it return to me. So I am using make trans. So we can see it returns a translation table usable for str.translate. So it is basically saying we can make a translation table which can be used in translate method. So it is here given if there is only one argument, it must be a dictionary mapping. So we can use dictionary which will a key value pair, or we can use Unicode ordinals or strings. So here it is written string. If there are two arguments, there must be strings of equal length. So what does this mean? So if we are making translation table, make trans, and I have to pass two parameters, both will be of string type, and if these are string, they must be of equal character length. So if I am writing xyz, so xyz will be mapped to abc. So what is happening here? X will be replaced with a, y will be replaced with b, and z will be replaced with c. So basically mapping is happening between two strings, so we have to pass equal length string. Else we can pass dictionary, and dictionary will be key value pair. So I am writing x will be replaced with a, y will be replaced with b, and z will be replaced with c. So this can also be a parameter to make trans method. So in this function we can think of something using make trans. So first we have to make a translation table, but what will be into the translation table? Pause the video and think for it a second. Okay. So what we have to do? We have to replace any character which is less than 5 to 0, and any character which is greater than equal to 5 to 1. So how many characters are there which are less than 5? We know there are only 5 characters. 5 characters: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have to translate it with 0. So I am putting all those characters 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and making a mapping to 0. So if I am putting 0, it will be replaced with 0. If I am putting 1, it will be replaced with 0. If I am putting 2, it will be replaced with 0. If I am putting 3, it will be replaced with 0. Similarly, if the characters are 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, it will be replaced with 1. So I am writing 1 over here, such that 1 will be mapped, 5 will be mapped to 1, 6 will be mapped to 1, 7 will be mapped to 1. So this is the way I am making a translation table. So let us first make a translation table in Python. I am writing the code here directly. I am making it a name translation table. And it is a string method, so I have to put some string here. Dot make trans, and we have to put two string of equal length. So my first string is input string, which I have to map. My input string will be 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and it will be mapped with first 5 character will be 0 0 0 0 0 0, such that 0 is mapped with 0, 1 is mapped with 1, 2 is mapped with 2, 3 is mapped with 0 is mapped with 0, 1 is mapped with 0, 2 is mapped with 0, 3 is mapped with 0, 4 is mapped with 0, and yeah, so on. And my 5 6 7 8 will be mapped with 1. So I have make the translation table. Now we have to translate our original string. So I am writing answer is equal to, my original string is x, and the method was translate, and we have to pass our translation table. So my translation table is translation table variable name, and we have got the answer, and I am returning the answer. So let us check if it is working or not. Here all the 5 test cases are passed. I am attempting this all the test cases, and all the 105 test cases are passed. So this is 3-line code. I can make it into 1 line. We just have to pass. We just have to make translation table. Without a variable, we have to pass the same function inside here, and we can directly return it. Okay. So this was the second approach. Instead of writing replace 10 times, we can make use of make trans method, which is available in string module. Okay. So last method which we can use is using generators, or you can say comprehensions generators. So as we all know, comprehensions syntax is variable name, let's suppose is x, and iterable, for which that a variable x will be used. Let's say I'm writing x for x in the range of 10. So what will it give me? It will generate a value from 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 9. So this is the basic syntax of generation, or you can say list comprehension. When I'm writing here parenthesis, it will be a generator, and if I write here square brackets, so it will become list comprehension. There is no such thing as tuple comprehension in Python. Instead, they make generators. Okay. So another syntax, if let's suppose I have to make odd numbers with tuple comprehension, there is another syntax. I am writing the same syntax first, x for x in range in 10, and I have to write some condition. So if there is only one single condition, let's suppose it is if, so I can write it after the for syntax, if x mod 2 double equal to 0. So this is my syntax to write tuple comprehension with only one condition. And what if there are two conditions, like if and else? So we cannot write if and after this else, after the for syntax. In the list comprehension, we have to write if else after x only, after the generation only. Sorry, after the iterable variable only. So here is my iterable variable x. So I'm writing if here only, if x mod 2 or something like that, x mod 2 double equal to 0. Else I have to generate, let's say I have to generate something else, x plus x raised to 5 or x square. So this is the syntax, and again the for loop syntax, x for x in range of, in range of 10. So this is the syntax. If there is only one condition if, so we have to write it after the for syntax, and if there are if and else condition, like we have to generate something else in else part, we have to write if and else before the for loop syntax. Here it is. So according to question, what we have to do, we have to generate 0 if my x is less than 5, and this x will be my iterable variable which will iterate into the string. Else we have to generate 1 for x in that is string. What is my string? I suppose s. So it is making a generator. So let's try this solution. I am creating an answer variable here. I am creating 0 for, so we have to write if x is less than 5, else we have to generate 1, and the variable is for x in x. So my variable name is getting changed here, so I am writing it y. My string name is also x, so I am writing it y. So let us see what will happen when I return ans. I'm testing the solution. Okay, we can see errors. It is creating generator object. So as I said, it will create a generator object, so we have to convert this to a string, but we cannot convert it to string because this 0 is in integer format. So I am again converting this 0 to string, integer number to string, and this 5 also in string, and again it will create a generator object, but I can use the join method of string, join method of iterable. So I'm using join dot join. So what will happen, that this generator will be joined with nothing, and it will give me a string, and I am returning that string. So let us see if it is working or not. Okay, there is some issue. Okay, if y is less than 5 or y in x. Okay, so the type error is sequence item 1 expected str instance int found. Okay, I haven't converted this one to a string, so I have to convert this also one into a string. So the error was I was joining the string and integer together. So all the 5 test cases passed. Let us attempt the solution. Okay, so 105 test cases are passed. So in this question we have seen 3 different solutions. The first one was brute force normal way. We can use string concatenation. The second one was make translation, that is just a replacement for replace again and again. And the third operation was list comprehension, or you can say generator, and using it with join method. So this was all for this question. Hope you like this video. Like and subscribe the video. It will make our channel grow, and it will also help me understand my videos are helping other people's. It will help me make more videos in the future. Thank you.